Welcome to Grow Your Group Program Thursday. I am Lindsay Anderson. Welcome. Today is a very special day. What's going on out there? Please say hello so I know who's joining us. Also on replay, I love to know who's joining us. So, a big hello to everyone. It's Thursday. I'm really excited today. Hi, everybody. Hey, what's up? I'm so excited today. You know what? I would love to know where everybody is tuning in from today. And I would love to know that on replay as well. So if you can put that in the comments, that would be really awesome. I would love to know. I am here in gorgeous, just gorgeous Portland, Oregon. If you've never been to the Pacific Northwest here in the United States, if I do say so myself, it is the most beautiful place in the whole world. Hello from Ohio. So nice to see you. On today's Grow Your Group Thursday, it's serious business, guys. You're going to want to turn off your browsers, you're going to want to turn off your phone, and you're going to want to be completely present with me for about 15 minutes because I'm going to set you up for filling your group program through the end of the year. We want you to finish 2022 with a full group program and that momentum built around your group program so that it will slingshot you into success in 2023. Hey, Mike, what's up? It's humid in Dayton, Ohio. You know, it's the perfect weather here today. Ruella, nice to see you in the UK. It's your evening. Congratulations on finishing your Thursday, Ruella. Congratulations. Welcome. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be well worth your time because it's August. It's our first Build Your Group Thursday, group program Thursday with me in August. And this is the sweet spot, you guys. This is the time in the online coaching world. This is what it looks like when you go to enroll people into your group coaching program. And you're doing that in June and July. And let's hear it in the comments if you've had this experience. You get on those enrollment calls to bring people into your group coaching program. And what are some of the things they're saying? They're saying, I'm sorry, Lindsay, I'm chasing the beach. I don't want to sign up for a group coaching program. Or maybe after summer is over, or I don't know. I don't have the time and the bandwidth. I would much rather be walking. It's summer. Certainly, and it's proven both in my business and many of the elite online coaches that I consult with that June and July can be a little slumpy for enrolling people into your group coaching program. But there's always a gift in there. The gift is that because June and July tend to be a little bit slow in enrollment, September and October are the best time, the most wonderful time to enroll people into your group coaching program. So here we are in August, okay? In August, we are going to set up a plan today for you to execute so that you will be running on all cylinders come September and October when people are done chasing the sun, the kids are back in school, and people are ready to enroll in group coaching programs to help them transform. They're ready to come into your programs and listen and reach that transformation that you guys are offering people. So it's essential. And that's why I'm smiling because like August, I'm like, yes, this is awesome. I'm so excited because I get to help even more people come September and October. So it's like, if you listen to this call, I will set you up for success on what you need to do in September and October to really, really fill those group coaching programs. Rose, hello. Greta, so nice to see you. Nice to see you, Jenna from Scotland and Inglewood. Guys, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you, Rose. Big shout out to Rose Henry. Lovely Lindsay, best business coach. If you're wanting to know like how the universe can support you, okay, it's there for you guys. Reach out to Rose. She has some answers for you. Highly recommend Rose. Right back at you, Rose. Okay. Before I dive into what exactly I recommend that you do right now in August to prepare yourself for the September and October enrollment bonanza that's going to happen for your group coaching program. Stay tuned. But before I do that, I want to say this. If you're looking to fill your group coaching programs and you're launching and that's really exhausting, or maybe you haven't launched yet, or maybe you haven't found a lot of success with launches, or you've tried paid ads, or you can't afford an expensive consultant, or you can't get in return on investment on ads, or you're like the client I just talked to who was like, why do I have to spend $25,000 on ads to close $500,000 worth of business, Lindsay? It doesn't make sense. Why can't I do that just organically where I'm at with my email list and my Facebook group and just being me? If that sounds like you're going to want to stay for today's training. And if you're just like, okay, I'll do social media content, and I am doing social media content, Lindsay, but no one is enrolling for my group coaching programs, I'm not getting any traction. If that sounds like you definitely want to hang with me today, okay? And I have a free resource on how to create amazing content that will help you fill your group coaching program like clockwork. That's a free resource. I spent a lot of time on it. I give a lot of amazing strategies in there. If you would like that free resource, okay, please say yes in the comments. All right. We have somebody here who is launching my business at the end of the month, hopefully. So this is a Facebook user. I don't know who you are, so I can't call you by your name, but I think you bring up a very, very good point. And I'll tell you what it is, Facebook user. Okay. And I have another resource that my team will DM you. Okay. If you're really serious about filling your group coaching program, get in on all my stuff. It's like really what I do, because from personal experience and helping so many others just like you fill their group coaching programs, it really can set you up for a business that is so flexible, because group coaching programs set up the right way, you are guiding a group of people through amazing transformation. They're having amazing results, and it's not taking up all of your time and effort and over delivering. Okay. So if you can set it up right. And so I'm super passionate about group coaching programs for this reason. Oh, Jenna from Scotland. So here, Jenna, I have to pick on you. Are you guys ready for me to pick on Jenna? Then I'll get into what we should do for August. Sorry, Jenna. Jenna says, and I quote, Lindsay, I'm launching my business at the end of the month, which is great. But then she says the word hopefully. And it's a good word, but this is bringing up number one thing you guys really need to do right now in August before you're executing some things that I'm going to tell you what to execute in September and October. And number one, okay, is to set some goals. Okay. You got to sit down and you need to say, self, how many people do I want in this group coaching program by the end of the year? And I want you to write it down, and I want you to feel what you feel when you write it down. If you're right, and I want you to acknowledge the thoughts that you have in your head when you write this down. This is so, so important. And so if you write down, I want to have 50 people in my group coaching program by December, but then you hear a little voice in your head that's like, yeah, you can go ahead and write that down, but that's never going to happen. Or, oh yeah, maybe for someone else. Or, oh yeah, those tech problems are never, ever going to allow you to do that. It is unique for everyone, but this exercise of literally listening to me, taking my advice, taking out a pen, really thinking through how many people you want to get in that group coaching program, and then listening to your thoughts afterwards. These are your subconscious thoughts, guys. These are the thoughts that are going to hold you back from actually filling this group program, because it is not a missing strategy that is stopping you from missing your group coaching or from filling your group coaching program. And obviously, like, strategies are awesome and you need them. And I have some for you, and I will give them for you if you say yes in the comments. I have a lot of free resources, but I can throw free resources at you guys all day. I can tell you what to do. Fill your group programs like this all day long. But if deep, deep down in your head, you are like, I don't think I can, you won't. You just won't. And so, number one thing you've got to be doing in August is you need to create a mindset and an environment around you that you are going to succeed through the rest of the year. And I mean, watch your mind like a steel trap. Anytime a thought comes up, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, I don't think I'll be able to do this, this is for somebody else, you stop that thought right there and you replace it with yes. Yes, I can. I know I can. I will. I am the kind of person that will do this. And you can start rewriting your subconscious mind. And anyone around you who says you can't do it, and when you watch the news and when you look at social and you feel all these negative feelings that drag you down and make it so you don't want to work on what you're trying to do, you've got to get rid of those. Get rid of those and only focus on things that make you feel good about your business, that you can do it, and that you are worthy of this experience. This is essential because you cannot build a group coaching program that you honestly do not feel like you can reach because your ego won't let you. It's the way humans are built. Only 5% of our day is filled with conscious actions. And so that means 95% of what you're doing all day long is ran by your subconscious. And so if you subconsciously think you cannot fill this group coaching program by the end of the year, all you're going to be seeing is proof on why you can't. And you've got to break that cycle. Okay. That's number one. I'm going to read some comments right here. Rose says, your programs are 100% needed. I've been so busy. Good to be back. I'm glad you're back, Rose. I will talk to you tomorrow. I think we have a one-on-one tomorrow, an intensive. So I'm going to pick on Jenna because she said, hopefully. Businesses aren't built on hopefully. Okay. And I'm big into creating a business that you're aligned with. The last thing I want for you guys is to build a coaching business that you're like up at 8, in bed at like 7 at night. There's no free time for the kids and you're barely making money. That's not what I'm talking about when I pick on Jenna for saying hopefully. What I'm picking on her for is that hopefully lets Jenna off the hook for actually launching her coaching business. Because you say hopefully, and that's like, oh, yeah, I said hopefully. I didn't really mean it. I don't have to be accountable to myself or to anyone else that I say this to. So watch yourself. We all do this, you guys. We all do this. And it's important to be aware. That's number one. Okay. So August, awareness. Fill your space with positive things, okay, about how you can do it because you are the only one holding yourself back. We've had several new people join, okay? If you're looking to fill your group coaching program like clockwork and you want some really hardcore strategies on how to do that, please type yes in the comments. My team will follow up with you. I have some really amazing resources that can help you do just that. Okay, Jenna, you can do this. Oh, Tatiana's here. Tatiana, a friend of mine. I used to feel that way too. Set the program goal and then doubt myself. Yeah, Tatiana. And Tatiana is amazing at goals. It's like what she coaches on. So it means a lot that she can resonate with that. Rose says, it really is growth when you start to trust you can do it. Hey, how you doing, guys? You guys can do this, but watch how you let yourself off the hook. Don't let yourself off the hook. Your mom's not going to put you on the hook. Your husband's not going to put you on the hook. Nobody else is going to hold you accountable like you can. And it comes from taking yourself seriously and saying, yeah, I am going to enroll 50 people by the end of the year, and it's going to happen. And I'm going to act and embody the person that does that. Okay. The person that does that doesn't put their goals off for later, doesn't watch Netflix when they could be creating content, doesn't not take themselves seriously and like time block their calendar to do some strategic stuff to set them up for success later on in the quarter. Okay. Hey. Here we go. Any tips for nerves? The thought of lives are terrifying me. Yes. So it's to embody the fear. So don't go live, but when you think about going live is what you want to do is get into a real mindfulness place. And you need to ask yourself, why am I terrified? And you need to feel the feeling And then you really need to talk yourself through it like your best friend would. And you need to say stuff like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Okay? Your experience when you're terrified to go live, you're actually experiencing a thing called the spotlight effect. It's a human thing, okay? And you want to be very aware of it. But it's that you think everyone is looking at you, especially on social media. But I'm here to tell you, okay? If people are looking at you and giving you attention and you like haven't built an audience yet, like you should be super excited and grateful for it, okay? Because chances are if you're just getting going and you're trying to find your rhythm and you're trying to create these skills around going live is a skill, just like playing the piano, just like everything else we do in life. And so if you're just getting started, okay, you just got to know people are probably just going to go past it until and so you're off the hook. You may as well just go live, get the skills down, and then you're going to start building an audience. But it comes through not ignoring the fear, feeling the fear, and then walking yourself through it. What's the worst that's going to happen? What? Someone's going to say something mean to you on a live? Because I'll tell you what, that rarely happens until you get to a certain level. That never happened to me until I reached a certain level in my business because people don't go around picking on people that don't have an audience, that don't have, that you can do this. Okay. You can totally, totally do this. All right. Great questions. Great questions. So let's talk about what else in August. So August, certainly you got to set yourself up for success, okay? You got to start getting yourself out of your subconscious mind because that thing is going to prevent you from filling this group program. That's number one, okay? Number two, you've got to set goals. Write this goal down, write it down so you can see it all the time. You guys want to see what I do? So I have a pop socket on the back of my phone, okay? Pop socket, we're all familiar? I write my goals down. You can see this card is pretty ratty, but I'll put this between my pop socket and my phone, and I carry this around all the time. And what this is, it has my goals on it because what happens? Okay. What happens? We set our goals, then we forget about them. But I want to remind my subconscious brain of my goals as much as possible because it will start to work on how to get to where you're going. And so if I put this on the back of my phone, as ratty as it is, every time I pick up my phone, an image flashes in my mind about the goals that are on this piece of paper. And my subconscious now has one more touch point of a positive thing that it can grasp to start unwiring itself. So that's my little trick. Okay. Rose says, make a scrolling screensaver on your phone with your goals too. Rose, that would be a lot more like, not as ratty as this ratty old card that I carry around, Rose. Okay. So set your goals. All right. Here's your next step. Get your audience ready. Here we are. We're sitting at August 4th. Okay. You're going to create some sort of conversion or launch event or webinar or something that's going to happen after Labor Day. That's in the United States. So that's the first weekend in September. But all through August, you've got to really prep your audience and set them up for that. And that is through creating awesome content. So I would take this week and I would start creating content around, write this down, you guys, write this down. I would start creating content, look at your coaching program, what you help people with in transformation. And I would write down myths, mistakes, tips, and social proof about your coaching program. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Myths, mistakes, tips, and social proof. I would create, so you want to time block this, okay? And you would just sit down at a Word document and you just start going. Just you're not creating content, you're creating ideas. Then I'd go to Google, I'd find Google articles and a whole bunch of things that support this and gives you even more ideas. I'd find some books out on Amazon that I would be looking at their descriptions and I would just fill this document full of content, okay? Then I would create content. I'd create some reels. I would create some carousels. I'd create some posts. I would create all of this. I wouldn't even post it this week. This week is about planning. Okay? Everybody good on that? Just plan content around myths, mistakes, tips, and social proof around your group coaching program. Let me answer a couple comments here. Hey, Abraham, so glad you're here. Lindsay says, you are speaking live to dead areas of the mind. Speak on. Wake up, subconscious. Wake up. You're holding us back. So annoying. It's very empowering once you really realize this, okay? Oh, my Instagram went away. Okay. So, step one. So, you guys have your content, okay? Don't post it. Don't do anything right now. If you're not on a content plan right now, don't do anything. Then is what you're going to want to do is plan an enrollment event. I hope you guys are writing this down. Plan an enrollment event. I don't care what it is, you guys. 5-day challenge, webinar, I don't care. Whatever it is. It's got to be like an enrollment event so that you can teach something, give people an aha moment, and give them an opportunity to hop on an enrollment call with you or buy and sign up for your program. So I don't care what it is. Get that on the books for mid-September sometime. Okay? Second week of September. And so then is what you're going to want to do is start posting that content. And you're posting content for a good 3 or 4 weeks. You're building an audience. You're having conversations and DMs with people. You're not pushing anything. You're not doing anything. You're simply welcoming people into your world by sharing amazing content about the myths, the mistakes, and the tips around what you coach about. And you're going to do that. That's plenty of time to build an audience. Then, right before your enrollment event, about right after Labor Day, you're going to go out to all the people that have commented, that have DM'd you, that have talked to you, that have watched your stories on Instagram, that have done like all the things, commented on your ads, like wherever you're at. And you're going to create a message and you're going to say, hey, person, I have this. I know we were talking about X before, or I know you're interested in X. I just wanted to let you know I have an upcoming free webinar that, or masterclass, or whatever you want to call it, that I have a few tickets for. It's free. If you want one of those tickets, let me know and I'll send it over. Okay. And then these people will hop onto your conversion event and you're going to sell them your coaching program, invite them to enrollment calls, and fill your freaking group coaching program. Now, I don't care if you are running ads. I don't care like what the case may be. Right now in 2022, it is essential that you have a social media marketing plan for your coaching business. It will decrease your ad rates. It will increase your conversions because people will know, like, and trust you. And that is required for people to know, like, and trust you in order to sign up for your coaching programs. Okay. I'm going to go over the steps one more time, but I have a couple questions. Again, if you want a free resource on how to set up a simple social content strategy that will help you fill your group coaching program, say yes in the comments. My team will reach out to you. Okay. Abraham says, your speaking wakes up the soul. Abraham, man, you're so awesome. Okay. Cecilia says, I do a monthly 3-day masterclass to bring new clients to my world. My next one is 8/16 and then 9/13. Cecilia, awesome. Look at Cecilia. Do you know what I love about Cecilia? You know what this says to me? This is Cecilia has a dedicated process, a tested and proven system that she gets better and better at to fill her group coaching programs. That is something that a lot of coaches run into, is that they have shiny object syndrome. And so they try this strategy and they try that strategy and maybe a 5-day challenge and maybe a freebie and maybe a video and maybe this. That's not going to get you anywhere. Be like Sophia and just create a strategy and perfect that strategy. Okay. Oh, that was Cecilia. Jenna says, I'm planning on doing a 5-day boot camp. How do you make sure you deliver enough for them wanting more rather than sharing it all? Not a stupid question, Jenna. I'm so glad you asked this because oversharing is the number one webinar and launch killer. Let me say that again because I want you to write it down and keep the questions coming. I will answer them. I love going live, okay? And sharing this information because I don't want you guys to get stuck. I can help you not be stuck. So I'm going to repeat this statement again. The number one enrollment killer of a webinar or a launch or a challenge is oversharing. And do you want to know why? Because you will fire hose them with information and they will leave that webinar or that launch and they will say, Jenna, thank you. You changed my life. You opened up some doors for me. I have 6 months of work to do now. Thank you so much. See you in your coaching program 6 months from now. We don't want that. And not only that, you're doing your clientele a disservice by giving them that much information in such a short amount of time because they're going to be overwhelmed. They're not going to be able to integrate it, and they're not going to be able to have success with what you're saying. So it is essential when you plan your webinar or your launch or your 5-day challenge, you have to go in with a beginner's mind and realize that you are an expert and you've been talking about this for 10 plus years. And yeah, I don't have to explain this because everybody knows that. You have to get back to everybody knows that. And that's really what you want to be really bringing home in your webinars and your launches. Save the rest for your coaching program. It's the best for you, for your coaching program, for your audience, for embodying whatever it is that you're teaching. Okay. We have a lot of yeses here. Thank you so much. That's a great idea. I'm so glad that you answered it. And honestly, I want to pick on Jenna again. Jenna says, probably a stupid question. Jenna, this is not a stupid question. Okay. But the fact you're saying this is probably a stupid question, look at that because you're obviously super smart, super skilled, super talented. You know, when I subconsciously say, I was so stupid when I did that. This was a big aha for me, Jenna. So I'm so glad you brought it up. Okay. This was a couple years ago and I had a coach and he would catch me saying these things. Oh, I'm so stupid for doing that. I was such an idiot for doing that. And he would call me out. Okay. And he would say, you're saying that out loud. There is a piece of you that believes it, okay? And we can't show up in all of our greatness in our coaching businesses and our coaching programs thinking that we're stupid because you're not. You are in the right place at the right time doing the right thing for wherever you want to be. You really are because everything is just so amazingly orchestrated and you're going to get to where you need to go. And nobody is stupid. Nobody. Okay, thanks for all the yeses. Here is just so many yeses. You guys are awesome. I got a please yes. I like a please yes. Okay. Rose says, do you think a masterclass is better if it's 3 days? So I'm going to give Rose my standard question to this, which is my standard answer to this, which is it depends, Rose, on your audience. So pros and cons, okay? When you go 5 days for a masterclass, the real power behind a launch over multiple days is like, and if you guys know Rose, myself included, okay, you'll love her energy. You'll love what she brings and you'll love how you feel after you interact with her. And so they'll show up for those 5 days and they'll get used to Rose and they'll be like, yeah, this is awesome. So that helps build know, like, and trust for sure. But if it's shorter, that allows us to do our call to action quicker. Schedules get in the way. And certainly when you do a 5-day launch, then your show up rates will decrease as the week goes on. But I want to answer her directly because I know Rose well enough to answer this directly. Do I think a masterclass is better if it's 3 days? Rose, no, minus 5 days. Okay. Because the other thing, when you do 5 days, you can keep inviting people into your conversion event. Hey, yeah, catch the replays, even though it's Thursday. You're always letting people know what you're doing. So I do 5 days. And then I do another 4 days when the card is open, then I'm doing a bunch of bonuses because all I want to do is help people. Okay. I want to give them the information that they need so that they can have amazingly filled group coaching programs. All right. Leslie says, you guys are awesome. Look at you guys today. You're welcome, Rose. Leslie says, I'm writing a book attached to a course and webinar to announce them. That's a really great idea, Leslie. Book attached to a course and a webinar. That's very exciting. You're doing the right thing, Leslie. Like, creating a book will build your authority and allow you to charge more and allow your name to get out there. And it's an amazing way to go about it. Thank you, Jenna. If that's still Jenna, I love your energy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Here we go. What is the structure of a webinar to not overshare? Is there a certain length? Yeah. Are you ready for this? You've got to keep those webinars. This is what I'm experiencing in 2022. Here's what makes me different. If you are new here, than most coaches that you're going to follow in this area when it comes to growing your group coaching program is that not only am I a coach with my own group coaching programs and have been doing this for 15 years, but here's the amazing thing. I also have an agency where I help many 6 and 7 figure coaches take their businesses to their next level and really, really scale their group coaching programs. So that gives me a very interesting advantage from right up here being like, this is what the industry is doing right now. And that's the thing with digital marketing is it's always different, okay? Every year there's something new. I was just talking to someone on Mastermind and I was like, actually, Instagram came out with an update and this is actually what you want to be doing. It's always changing. And I am so fortunate and have the benefit to have the experience of not only my coaching business, but running the best agency there is for online 6 and 7 figure business owners. So to answer your question about how do you not overshare, you're definitely going to go with, you got to keep it under the hour, guys, literally under the hour. And you want to be spending 10 minutes or more on either the call they're going to sign up for or whatever your coaching program is. You want to take that time to sell yourself and sell your program. People often get to the end of a webinar and then, okay, and then buy this. And if they love that and there was good comments and I made some life changes, then they're going to buy the program. I don't even have to sell it. Yeah, coaching doesn't sell itself. It just doesn't. And I feel like you guys know that because when you go post out on social media and no one buys, you know coaching does not sell itself. Okay? Running out of batteries out here. Okay. Leslie, these are fractals that become ricochets to shoot ourselves down. Our inner critic is shouting, must find the mute button. Leslie, thank you for sharing it in that way. Beautiful. What is the distinct difference between a webinar versus a masterclass? Great question. The answer is marketing. If you want to position yourself as higher ticket and more serious, and there is some real juicy strategy in there, I like to use the word masterclass. If my audience is more lighthearted and it's not such a serious technical kind of situation, and I feel like they're going to be more open to a webinar, my audience, then I'll run it as a webinar. But there isn't really, once you get into it, you can call these things a masterclass or a webinar or an online date. Okay. I don't care what you call it. Neither does your audience. The same thing applies. You're showing up, you're giving value for 30 to 40 minutes, and then you're making an invitation. Do you recommend closing the cart or keeping it evergreen? Wow. These are awesome questions. So the answer is twofold. Are you ready for this? This is a longish answer. So buckle up. Okay. There are 2 ways to close people into group coaching programs. Okay. The first is through a launch. And with a launch, you have an audience, you have momentum, you have people and you open the cart and you're like, everyone buy. And you have this strategy of scarcity as I'm going to close the cart and scaring people that I'm going to close the cart and we've been in this launch and we've been all together and I've helped you and and you're ready to sign up, and people can get really, really ready to buy your coaching programs in a launch kind of situation. It's a really effective and powerful way of filling a group coaching program. Okay. I love it. Highly skilled at launching, and I love it. I will launch about twice a year. And so there's that way. Let me reread the question. Okay. And so for that, you're going to want to close the cart because when you close a cart, okay, it makes people be like, okay, I have to finally type my credit card in. Okay. It helps people make that choice. So that's what I love about launching, is to be able to close a cart. It's very, very, very difficult to launch into an evergreen program because you're going to get You're going to get people be like, I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. I'll do it next time, because the ego wants us to do everything next time, because the ego has kept us safe and in this position already successfully for all these years. So why am I going to change anything? Okay. You've got to be able to get over that. And closing the cart is a superpower of a launch to be able to do just that. Okay. The other way to close into an evergreen coaching program is through enrollment calls. So you're basically getting with people on social media. Maybe you're running some ads. Maybe you have a evergreen webinar. This way you can keep your coaching program open, but because you're not publicly saying, hey, the cart is closing, blah, 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 you have more control over the conversation, but you have to learn the art of the enrollment conversation. Without the piece of closing the cart, enrollment conversations can become very difficult because they are not forced to pull their credit card out of their wallet. So it can be very difficult unless you are highly skilled at enrollment conversations to close people into an evergreen coaching program, because you're not having that I'm closing the cart, you better buy now, fear of missing out kind of situation. Cecilia says, I changed to 3 days and I noticed that I get more of the same people showing up all day. Awesome. And Cecilia brings up a good point. All of this, Cecilia's doing it right. All of this is based on a rinse and repeat method that you get better and better at, and you tweak and you tweak. Look at Cecilia. She's basically like, yeah, I have a webinar every month and I do it every month. And now what does Cecilia know? Cecilia is like, oh, so it does pretty good. I'm getting like a 20% show up rate. 6 people will get on a call. I'll be able to close 2 of them. And now Cecilia has the power to say, I think I'm going to lower that to a 3-day to see if I can improve those numbers. And so she runs it as a 3-day, and then she goes and compares it to those numbers. And then she has the ability to make a good decision to more perfect her enrollment process for her group coaching program. And when you perfect this process of getting your audience into a place to where they are coming into your program and it becomes this beautiful system, that is when you free up more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact in your online coaching business. Okay. Jenna says, cool, thanks. I'll do a 5-day launch, each day lasting around 30 or 40 minutes with a closed cart. How long do you keep the cart open? This is what I do. I have a 5-day challenge. Okay. My new challenge is going to be awesome. You guys need to stay on my email list so that you'll be invited to it. Okay. I teach for 5 days publicly. Hey, everybody, 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Thursday, before I teach, I invite people to an enrollment call or to my program. Then I do the same thing, and I do a longer invitation on Thursday. Friday, I mention it again. Saturday, I do a bonus. Sunday, I do a bonus. Monday, I do a bonus. And I close the card on Tuesday. Tuesday, I do a bonus, and then I close the card on Tuesday. Mondays and Tuesdays, specifically Tuesdays, are the best day to close people into your coaching programs. When you're encroaching on the weekend, people put it off. When you're coming in hot and closing a card on Monday, people have the Mondays. They just do. So Tuesday has proven time and again been the best day to close your cart. Next, I don't close cart and say, tell the price will go up by $500. Cecilia understands the power of scarcity. Okay? Yes. Guys, 1209. Thank you so much for joining me for Grow Your Group Program Thursday. I'm here every single Thursday at 11:30 AM PST, sharing with you the latest strategies, tips, tricks, and amazingness on how to fill your group coaching programs. One more time, if you want a free resource on how to create an amazing social content strategy for filling your group program, please type yes in the comments. Totally on replay. Welcome to do that too. My team will reach out to you and get you this resource that you really need to get your hands on. Okay. Rose, also a pleasure spending time with you. Jenna, this was awesome. Lindsay, you are so welcome. Pamela says yes. Thank you for those yeses. We'll be in touch. Okay. So all in all, thank you for joining me. Don't let August get away from you. This is a sweet spot. You have 3 weeks to really plan, to time block, to take yourself seriously, to set your goals, to set up your environment for success. You guys can absolutely do this. You absolutely can execute that conversion event in September and enjoy filling your group program in September and October. Okay? All right. You guys rock. I will see you next Thursday. Thank you so much for your questions and thank you so much for joining me. See you later.